Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Welcome to our class. I'm your instructor Adil Raza, and today we have to learn an SLO from grade 6 and it's our unit 9. So let's find out what our SLO is and what is the main topic of our SLO. So today our SLO is basically concerned with the competency of writing, and it's our lecture 5 and the last lecture of this unit. And our SLO is primarily concerned with the letter writing. So let's find out what our SLO is. So our SLO is to write a formal letter, email, application or complaint. Write an informal letter to people in extended social and academic environment for various purposes, or like thank you letter. Follow conventions of informal letters concerning layouts, salutations, etc. Use of appropriate vocabulary, style and tone in informal letters. Write the address on the envelope clearly and in a proper format. So our all SLOs are actually concerned with the letter writing, and something is concerned with the types of letter like the formal and informal letter, and the other SLO is concerned with the format of the letter, and the last SLOs are actually concerned with the tone and language of the letter. So primarily all SLOs are concerned with the letter writing. So let's find out. Here is the vertical linkage. Kindly go through it. Let's go further. Here we have a brainstorming session. So students, let's do brainstorm. What is the prompt? How can you express your possession or issues or make a request to any authorized persons? So students, let's think in a physical world, in a social life, we face many issues. We face issues like, we can say that pollution, we can say that crime or something like that. We find many issues in society. But when we find an issue, when we face an issue, so what we will do? How can we make aware the higher authorities about those issues? Have you ever have an idea, or have you ever do such thing? So what is the way? So students, the only way to make aware about the issues to the concerned authorities is to write a letter. So letter is a formal document through which you can make aware the higher authorities about any issue which you are facing in the life. So let's go further. Here we have firstly learn about the types of letter. The letter is actually a written document based on some thoughts or information, or we can say that any request. The letters are actually of two types. First one is the formal and second one is the informal letters. So let's find out what is meant by the formal letter. A formal letter is used for official communication. So if you have to communicate with someone which is official, or who is from an organization, or who is not in your personal circle, so all those letters which are written to such type of persons, such type of authorized persons, are actually come under the category of formal letter. They are used for formal communication. So why they are used for applications or complaints or official requests. Like, you want to make a request to your assistant commissioner that you want a cleanliness in your society, or we can say that you want to complain about the electricity or the load shedding. So such type of letters are written for such purposes. Secondly, an informal letter is written to friends or family. So we can say that these letters are informal in tone. They are actually the personal letters, and they are written to the friend and family or in your peer group. So what you used in social and academic environment. Example, thank you letter, congratulatory letter or etc. So you can write such type of letters to make aware someone, to make a thank you for some persons, or you have to make a request to your father, you want some permission or you want some money. So such type of letters are written for such type of purposes. So I hope you guys have understand what is meant by the formal and informal letter. So let's find out how they are different. Formal letters are actually used professional language. We use academic language or professional language in such type of letters, and our tone are also formal. We don't have to get personal, we don't have to talk personally So in these letters we have to use professional language and formal tone. But in informal letters, we have to use the friendly language. We have to make our tone relaxed. We can use the words like dear, or we can say that we can ask personal questions. So such type of things are very common in informal letters. So I hope you guys have now a better understanding what is meant by formal and what is meant by informal letter. So let's find out the structure of formal letter. So firstly, it is the format of the formal letter. Firstly, you have to write the name. You want to write a letter to someone about some issue, about some complaint, or you want to make aware some higher authorities about an issue, you want to draw attention towards any issue. So firstly, you have to write your name, who is the writer of this letter. Secondly, you have to write from where you are writing this letter. Thirdly, you have to write the date and what you have to do to tell someone that on that time I have write this to you. Thirdly, then you have to write the designation of that person, like he can be assistant commissioner, he can be DSP, or he can be an owner of an organization like an editor or something like that. Then you have to write the company name, like you have write that he is the assistant commissioner of Lahore, or you can say that the SP Kent. So such type of designations. Then the name of the company where he is working, he is a editor in which newspaper, like we can say that Dawn newspaper or the News. So then you have to write the company name or the organization name. Then the address of the organization, where the organization is situated, like in the Lahore, Karachi or Islamabad, we can say that. Then you have to write the subject. So the subject is very important. You have to make your subject very much expressive. In subject, you have to write your main issue, the main theme, the main purpose of this letter in, we can say that, bold format, or we can say that in an expressive format in the form of a clause. And through reading the subject, one has to get a clear knowledge what the letter is about. Then you have to write salutation. You have to we can say that you can write dear sir or dear ma'am, or you can write that respected sir or something like that. Then the body of the letter is start. In the body of the letter, what you have to do, you have to present your issue. Why are you writing this letter? Which thing instigates you to write this letter? What is the main issue? What you want to drag in this letter? What you want to draw the attention of the higher authority in this letter? So you have to write your complete issue and the cause and reasons behind writing this letter in the body of the letter. But don't make it too much lengthy, because formal letters are not too long. Then lastly, what you have to do, you have to make concluding thank you, and then you have to write your closing remarks, your sincerely or something like that, and then you have to write your name and your signature. So I hope you guys have understand it is the format of the formal letter, and you have to write all the things in the leftmost of the paper. So this is how a formal letter is crafted, and these are the things which you have to mention in a formal letter. So I hope you guys have understand what is a formal letter and how to write formal letters. So students, when you write a formal letter, you have to post that letter to a certain address, to a certain company, to a certain organization, to a certain, we can say that, governmental organization. So you can use dark, or we can say that post, by which you can post the letter. So when you have to post some letter, you use some envelopes, and the envelope, in the envelope letter was actually going towards the destination. So when you use an envelope, what you have to mention on the envelopes, let's find out. So here what you have to do, you have to use a envelope, and on that envelope, firstly you have to write the recipient's name. Who is the addresser of the letter? You have to write the name and then the address of that person to whom the letter is concerned, to whom the letter is written. So this is how you have to write, and here you have to write the date as well on which the letter is written, or we can say that on which the letter is actually posted. And here you have to also insert a stamp from the Pakistan post office if you are posting the letter from by using Pakistan Post. So this is how you have to write proper address and the name on the envelope, on the outer envelope of the letter. So I hope you guys have understand what is meant by formal letter, what is meant by informal letter, how to write a formal letter, what is the pattern of formal letter, how to write address and the name on the envelope. So if you find an so according to the knowledge which you have learned in this lecture, you have to attempt this classroom activity. In this you have to write a formal letter. So let's go further. Here we have a simulation. This simulation is also concerned about the letter writing. The link is in the description box. You can also go through it. Here we have a worksheet. The worksheet is also according to the SLO. So kindly attempt this worksheet according to the knowledge of this SLO. Here we have a homework. The homework is also according to the letter writing. So kindly attempt this homework in the light of the knowledge which you have learned in this lecture. So you have to write a letter in proper format according to which the format we have studied in this lecture. So I hope you guys have got it. Here is a resource pack. This resource pack will assist you. This resource pack will assist you to attain the SLO, to achieve the SLO in a better way. If you find any issue, any confusion, any question regarding the topic, regarding the format of letter, regarding the formal and informal letter, or anything about this SLO, you can ask in the comment section and ask from your teacher as well. Allah Hafiz. Thank you very much.